London 2012 changed the face of British sport forever, an Olympic Games that inspired millions. In 2014, the sport of volleyball is continuing the legacy. Welcome to the inaugural Super 8's All-Stars game. Welcome to the sports dock at the University of East London for the first ever Super 8's All-Star volleyball matches as Great Britain All-Stars take on the might of the International All-Stars. Today it's the turn of the women. Firstly, the International All-Star squad lineup selected from the best foreign players currently playing in the top league in English volleyball. In the outside hitting positions, Madrichka, Bucelli and Kaleva are likely to share time on court at 4, but the Super 8 star performer this season is American Whitney Phillips. She'll be leading the attacking line for the team in white. At middle blocker, it's a combination of talent from New Zealand with Rebecca Howarth, Turkey with Umit Yalkin, and Greece have two representatives in Nikopoulou and Vlachou. Interestingly, we have a Hungarian mother and daughter combination in the setting position, the playmakers in volleyball. Mum Ildiko Dobos is likely to start, but daughter Luka will also see court time. Ropiak and Vajdova of Poland and Slovakia respectively will provide the power in the opposite hitting position. And last but definitely not least, wearing the different coloured shirt, Italian Sara Ghisolfi starts at libero, the passing and defensive specialist. The team is coached by Mark Kontopoulos and his starting lineup is Dobos at setter with Ropiak opposite, and then Madrichka gets the nod at 4 along with the other outside hitter Phillips. Nikopoulou and Vlachou start middle and Ghisolfi will switch in and out, usually with those middle blockers for her libero duties in backcourt. It's an exciting lineup for the homegrown Great Britain All-Stars featuring 3 Olympians. Firstly, the outside players who'll be pretty much interchangeable today. Palmer, Lamb, Grimson and Thornton can all crank the ball, but Lamb and Palmer will start the match. The middle blockers give us our first Olympian in Elizabeth Reed, but she'll be very ably supported by the talents of Natasha Brewer, Lizzie Smith and Danielle Simpson. Onto the setters, Gemma Beddoes and Jodie Gregson will be running the show in what is effectively volleyball's quarterback position, and Shauna Mullin starts opposite, the Olympian temporarily moving from her favoured discipline of beach volleyball to play for Mallory in this season's Super 8 League. James will start on the bench. And finally, at libero, one of the UK's most well-known volleyballers, the irrepressible Maria Botelli, heroine of that historic Olympic Games victory against Algeria. She'll be understudied by another marvellous defensive player, Tasha Harvey. Swiss Cottage Supremo Danny Primus is head coach of the GB All-Stars. He goes with Palmer and Lamb outside, Beddoes at setter, Mullin opposite, Brewer and Reed in the middle, and Maria Botelli at libero means all 3 Olympians start the match. She'll be the glue that holds the GB team together in today's game. It's time to meet the woman they call Maz.
Yeah, getting selected, that was probably, one of the proudest moments, making the final 12 and then stepping onto the court at the Olympics against Russia, the world champions, standing in the tunnel next to Gamova before that game. It's just the most amazing moment to know that 7 to 8 years of hard work, and probably 10 years before that as well, was worth it, and that we'd earned our right to be there against the best in the world. I wear a different coloured shirt because I play the libero position, and it's to identify me as a defensive specialist. I mean, I picked up the position when I realised that internationally I was probably too small to be a hitter. Absolutely love it. It's high pressure. People only notice you really when you do things wrong, so that brings pressure with it. But I think you can have a massive influence on the game. It really is a role that I think I've grown into, but it also makes a game available for many more people, and it's also, the exciting keeping the ball alive. Love throwing myself on the floor.
Time for some action now, and in the first set, Great Britain All-Stars settled far more quickly than their international opponents. Although the team in white, featuring no less than 10 different nationalities in the squad, did show just how dangerous they could be with some flashes of brilliance. American Whitney Phillips' brutal spiking was a constant problem for the GB All-Stars. GB All-Stars' greater consistency, however, enabled them to keep the scoreboard ticking over in the race to 25 points, helped by some fantastic work in the front court. Mullin and Brewer building a wall at the net to block Modrićka. That left GB All-Stars with enough of a lead to see them through to the end of the set, courtesy of some canny hitting by Charlotte James, the Team South Wales player using the international block to her advantage. So set point arrived for GB All-Stars, and it was carnage on the international side of the court, which led to the ball popping up invitingly at the net for Lizzie Reed to finesse the set-winning shot. Before set two, it's time to meet up with one of the men behind the Super 8's All-Stars concept, Gary Beckford.
At the Olympics, we had 1 in 6 tickets was a volleyball ticket, so we had thousands and thousands of people wanting to see volleyball. Post-Olympics, we want to keep that going. We want to keep that interest going. We've got the GB All-Stars and the International All-Stars. GB All-Stars are made up of the best players in the country who are eligible to represent Great Britain. And the International All-Stars are made up of some awesome players from all over the world who just happen to be in this country playing in our Super 8 leagues. I want the crowd to enjoy themselves and to just inspire more people to take up volleyball, whether it's juniors, adults, anybody, just to play volleyball or be involved in volleyball as a spectator, as a supporter, a sponsor, anything.
In the second set, there were signs that the International All-Stars were at last starting to gel. Italian libero Sara Ghisolfi turned it on in backcourt, producing a run of defensive plays. The pick of the bunch, a diving dig on a Vicky Palmer spike that allowed Ildiko Doboš to catch the Reds flat-footed. That increased intensity from the international team, though, simply served to increase the GB All-Stars' desire, and they raised their game to meet the impending threat. Vicky Palmer's dig on former US collegiate star Whitney Phillips was impressive. Phillips' "not in my house" response was simply awesome. The American showing exactly why she was voted Super 8's and National Cup Finals MVP for this season. Coach Primus kept rotating the GB All-Stars outside hitters, and fresh legs did the trick. Thornton in for Grimson for her first taste of the action. And when Reed's first effort was returned, Thornton took her chance to hold a line-hitting masterclass. Thornton demolishing the ball down the line and taking the second set in the process. Not a bad effort, stepping onto court from the bench to have an immediate impact, and well worth another look. So despite the International All-Stars' best efforts, GB All-Stars and their 3 Olympians make it 2-0, needing just one more for the win. Set 3 coming right up after the break here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to the Super 8's All-Stars match here on Sky Sports from the Sports Dock in East London. It's a dream start for Great Britain. They lead the International All-Stars side by 2-0. But there are signs of a fight back here in this third set by the international team. And they now lead by 15 points to 13. I'm delighted to say I'm joined in the commentary box by former Great Britain international and current World League commentator Clayton Lucas. Clayton, what an innovation this Super 8's All-Stars match is.
Well, it's great to see, and actually, Simon, it's reminiscent of the Reebok All-Stars game that used to happen. It was played in France, and in fact, former GB international Matt Jones got an invite to that. It really was a spectacular tournament, some of the best players in the world competing, and it's good to see that we've achieved something like that here in the UK.
This very similar model, continuing on from the Olympic legacy. Good pick up there by Lizzie Reed. Talking of the Olympics, one of 3 Olympians in a red shirt today. Lizzie Reed and Maria Bertelli, and then Shauna Mullin in the opposite position. Shauna actually played on the beach alongside Zara Dampney, and very successfully too. Are you a little surprised that with the amount of international quality in the white shirts that they haven't taken a set yet?
I must say I am, actually, considering the likes of Umit Yalkin, number 12, played for Galatasaray. But it does look at the moment, though, in this third set as if they may well get back on track. However, you have to credit the GB team, the fact they've got 3 Olympians, played at the very highest level, and they've been able to keep this very solid international team at bay.
Bertelli forced just to dump that over, so another attacking opportunity for the international team, but they've missed that. Yes, I think Danny Primus, the Swiss cottage coach who's looking after this Great Britain All-Stars team, will be delighted with the way they've played so far, and ably assisted, of course, by your old coach, Jeff Williams.
Oh, Jeff's a great tactician. He'd have looked at, he would have seen most of these players anyway. He coaches Mallory, so he knows what the other teams are about in the Super 8s, and he knows as well individual characteristics, and he'll bring that to his coaching. He'll look for opportunities to score points where he can at the earliest opportunities.
Well, very good block. Nicely set out wide by the Wessex player who's setting at the moment for the Great Britain All-Stars, Gemma Beddoes. And alongside Lizzie Reed, putting up a phenomenal wall there. Still waiting for some of the big names to come to the party for this International All-Stars team. They've got Whitney Phillips out there, number 18. If she can start firing on all cylinders, then they will be a team to be reckoned with. But a good put away by Mullin.
It was excellent defence from Team GB to get that ball back in play, and it's their transition work that's been the key for their success so far in this match.
So back to the service line then for the Great Britain All-Stars, getting themselves back into this set. No real connection through the middle, and another free ball opportunity, beautifully passed once again by Bertelli. Oh, that's a great shot. Clever stuff from Lizzie Reed, just running round onto that reverse to put it away.
She's opened up a very good angle to get that ball back cross-court, but excellent work from Maria Bertelli. Firstly on the pass and then in covering. It was almost like it was slow motion for her to get that ball back into the setter for them to score their point.
Yes, Maria at the top of the show talking about the fact that when she was stood next to the Russian team ahead of their game against the Russians in the Olympic Games, that's when it all became very real for her.
Well, it must have been an interesting moment when she turned around and then had to look up and see Ekaterina Gamova right next to her, over a foot taller than her. And knowing that it was for real, she's about to step out onto court to play some of the best players in the world. In fact, Gamova, the 8th tallest woman in the world, according to the Guinness Book of Records.
Yes, that puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? Marvellous athletes, the Russian team, and what a thrill for Great Britain to actually take them on at home in London. It's all about the Super 8's All-Stars game today in East London. Back at the service line for the Great Britain All-Stars, Catherine Thornton, outside hitter from Swiss Cottage, 24 years of age. Competed well in the Super 8's division this year, but it was actually Northumbria that cleaned up, winning the league and the cup. So 1918 to the International All-Stars, and rather appropriately, it's a Northumbria player to come on, Magda Ropiak, the Polish professional player, coming in for Alexandra Vajdova, the Slovakian. So a change in that opposite position, Clayton.
Well, in particular, she's coming on for her serving, trying to put some pressure on the passing unit for the GB team.
Yeah, it's working like a dream though, isn't it? Grimson kills the ball through the outside, gets it to go off the block and out of court, but another good pass from Bertelli, the libero.
The international block is not getting across the net. The hands were high, but it just made it easy for the attacker to go off and out of play.
Lizzie Reed with the serve, and that's an excellent serve. Phillips from the back line though, with a decent bit of power, and Great Britain All-Stars scrambling to keep it in play. It was only a matter of time, though. You can't keep giving the ball back to a quality side.
Every time you give a team a free ball, you're going to be on the back foot, and the international side creating their opportunities. Not the best of defence from GB in that play.
So 2018 back to a 2-point advantage, and at this level of volleyball, that's like gold dust. Well, second bite of the cherry for the Great Britain All-Stars, and this time, I was going to say the job is finished, but they've played that on very well. Bit of pinball out there at the moment. Can someone really get hold of this ball? Ropiak goes off pace. Batelli, brilliant read. Well, that's a high quality rally. It comes off the block, so it will go to the whites for 21-18.
Well, it was a little bit scrappy mid-rally, but then it got tidied up. Wonderful dig from Maria Batelli to get that one in play. But it was still a free ball for the international team, and this is the point at which they were able to really get hold of the ball, get a good wipe off, and eventually get the point.
Yeah, it was Whitney Phillips, MVP in the Super 8's. Actually got MVP in the NCAA conference for Portland University when she was playing back in the USA. So if she can get into this game, then they can still win this, the International All-Stars.
Jefferson Williams very mindful of that, and he's tried to sort out his serving to keep Whitney as much out of the attack as possible. But right now, though, it's certainly looking like the international team could take this third set.
Yeah, that's classic Williams, really, isn't it? If you're going to hit everything, we're going to make you pass everything as well.
Yeah, try to over-tire players, make them think about other things other than the job in hand, try and wear you out. He's got some thinking to do now, though, with his team behind.
So Danny Primus and Jefferson Williams calling that timeout, I suspect really just to stop this run of scoring. But it's the perfect position for the International All-Stars to try and claim a set here and just get themselves into this match. Another tight pass, rescued. Madrichka yells that she's going to play that ball, and that's clever thinking from her. More good defence from both teams. Ropiak from the back line, good blocking. Well, we're seeing everything again in this rally. Oh, what a hit from Whitney Phillips. I think we can say she has arrived in the All-Stars match.
That was the hit of the set so far. That was absolutely magnificent from Whitney Phillips. And this is a good serving run from the international team. They're keeping the ball away from Maria Batelli, the libero. And Vicky Palmer's come on court because they're serving into the stack to make it difficult for the team GB to side out.
Again, focusing on that side, but a much better pass from Great Britain All-Stars. Not put away by Palmer, though. And the little run round the back that we see a lot in women's volleyball. Unfortunately, this time not put away by the former Galatasaray player, Yalkin. I think she might just have tweaked her knee as well on that play. Phillips, this time, decent hands on it in the block, but still just a little bit too much power for Tash Brewer to handle.
There's a very quick ball out wide. They're trying to run Whitney Phillips quickly, trying to spread Team GB's block and open up gaps for her to go through.
Well, no surprise to see a timeout called once again by the Great Britain All-Stars. So they've used all their timeouts now. 24-19, 25 points the target, remember, in each set. And this is looking very, very good for the team in white. And it's good to see the players, I mean, they're enjoying themselves today, Clayton, but they really are up for the fight.
Taking it very seriously, and it's also a chance for them to show just exactly how good they are as individuals as well as a team. And not only that, you're representing the International All-Stars, you want to beat the GB All-Stars, you want some bragging rights going into next season. Yeah,
I think this is going to grow and grow, isn't it? At the end of this regular season, we saw a lot of players posting videos on the internet, trying to get the public vote going their way. And a few players have benefited from that. And I want to see that happening, you know, year on year. That's a really good innovation. Well, Bukele is in, so Yalkin did just tweak her knee there. That's a shame. But still set point to the International All-Stars. That's a huge hit from Palmer.
Well, she came in the way she was facing and just opened up, and the block not fronting her, not taking the power away. So she gets the point and now gets the chance to serve as well, keeping Team GB in this one.
Still 4 set points though to the team in white. Palmer to serve. Nice pass from Phillips, but doesn't have much of a set to work with there. They've got a second go at this. Cheeky play, but Botelli wise to that. This time, Phillips with the ball to work with, and this time she does the job properly. Great put away to take the third set, 25 points to 20. And the International All-Stars are back in this match in some style. And the big question is, can they keep it going? Find out after the break here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to the Women's Super 8's All-Stars game here in East London. And we've had a fantastic match so far. First 2 sets were competitive, but Clayton Lucas, former Great Britain international, alongside me. Since the International All-Stars have picked up the third set, this has really come alive.
It's taken them a while. Their communication problems seem to be sorted out, and certainly as far as they're concerned, they're right back on track now, and there's some warning signs for Team GB. They're really going to have to knuckle down and do what they did well in the first 2 sets, work their transition, keep their defence strong, and hopefully that will carry them over the line, but it's still anybody's at this time.
Well, Magda Ropiak, I can tell you, did enough in the last set to keep her place on court. Bocelli is still in there as well, the Bologna player that features in the International All-Stars team. And Yalkin's knee injury obviously keeping her off court for the moment. Now, Whitney Phillips, number 18 for the International All-Stars. That's the key player, isn't it? That's who Great Britain have to target.
She's the one that they need to make sure they work hard when she's front court, so she has to pass the ball, keep pushing her long, move her around. Don't just serve straight on her, but also they've got to be really tight with their blocking. She's really good at using the block to her advantage.
Lizzie Smith just running around to hit that ball, but not managing to put it away. Second go for the Great Britain All-Stars. Again, the block is solid. And again, Smith can't quite get that ball away, but it's an error from the team in white. Produces a point for the Great Britain All-Stars, and there have been some changes on court for the team in red. Let's bring you up to date with that. So Grimson is back in. Palmer has kept her place ahead of Thornton, and Lizzie Smith has come in for Tasha Brewer in the middle blocking position. Oh, good play, Clayton, bringing Phillips in off the wing.
That was lovely work. Nice little tandem. Blatchew in early, and then Whitney coming straight over the top of her and opening up the cross-court angle. That was excellent.
So International All-Stars trying to keep their momentum going from the third set. That won't help things. Service error. Don't get another chance in this sport. Once you've hit your serve, that's it. Sends Vicky Palmer back to the service line for Great Britain All-Stars. 3-all in this fourth set. Oh dear, and a handling error, one of the technicalities of the game that's sometimes tricky to understand.
Well, setters as well sometimes can get away with it, but there was no getting away with that one. Trying the impossible then was Luca Toth.
That's Luca Toth, the daughter of the starting setter for the International All-Stars today. Her mum, former Hungarian captain, Dobos. So keeping it in the family in terms of the playmakers on the All-Stars side for the international team. That's nicely worked by Shauna Mullin, just using a bit of that beach experience for that shot.
It was excellent play from her. She was out nice and early, had the opportunity to go line or cross court, saw a gap in the block, worked it well.
Good service run here from Vicky Palmer. Learned her volleyball down on the south coast with the Wessex club. Wessex still feature in the Super 8's League. And clever play by another Wessex player, Lizzie Smith.
I can't believe that one's hit the floor, really. Everyone was stood around it. It was like being at the disco looking at the handbags on the floor because everyone let the ball go.
Well, we now know what Clayton Lucas does in a disco, but I think Lizzie Smith amazed that she got that ball onto the floor, and it's a 3-point lead for the Great Britain All-Stars.
And they've come back into this match really well after that third set defeat.
A little joust at the net. Vlachu picking this up very nicely. Easy to get overexcited when the ball comes at you like that, but she just chipped that to the side and not even Bertelli can get there. Well, just underlines, Clayton, it all comes from the pass. When you want to attack, you have to get the ball to your playmaker.
As soon as you get the ball in and you've got options, it really puts pressure on the opposition block.
But at the moment, neither team quite on the money with the pass. Tactic from the international All-Stars, definitely to keep it away from the Olympian Maria Bertelli. And it's paying dividends. It's a good change in tactic that's happened in the last 20 minutes or so.
Well, it's making a difference, and Phillips is also making a difference for the international team. That was an excellent backcourt pipe attack for her.
He's a former professional player for Las Palmas in the top division in Spain. Oh, what a shot. And Lizzie Smith, well, she's always had a very good jump, but a lot of hang time there allowed her to turn in the air.
And she's up early. Great pass from Maria Bertelli. Nice be quick. Nobody in front of her.
Sends Smith back to the service line. Clubmate from Wessex, Vicky Palmer, just in front of her in the backcourt. I'm really impressed with the blocking in this match from both teams. And Lizzie Reed, unfortunately, just getting that one wrong. The Great Britain All-Stars think there was a touch, but they're not going to get it.
Well, it was lovely footwork from Lizzie Reed, and she thinks actually she caught the line, and the line judge as well signalled in and changed his mind. That's very frustrating when that happens to you as a player.
Well, I said Lizzie Reed got that wrong. She got it exactly right. Beautiful angle on that shot, but judged just wide. 7 all. And the pass error. Well, the service of the International All-Stars team getting stronger and stronger. And Great Britain All-Stars struggling to live with this.
Well, could have done with the call. That one looked to be going wide. It was an excellent serve to try and take the player away from the rest of her teammates.
Vlachu going after Grimson again, but Grimson keeps this one under control. Can't put the hit away, though. No such problem for Phillips.
That was excellent transition work for the International All-Stars. There were a host of options. Everybody was moving around the ball. That was set. Pressure out wide, pressure in the middle, and then the backcourt pipe. And one-on-one. Always going to win that one is Phillips.
As Beddoes will be hoping for a more solid pass. Gets one from Bertelli. Great Britain All-Stars setter in the #1 shirt. Looking to try and open this game up, but at the moment, the momentum is still with the team in white. 3-point lead then in this 4th set, and it's looking like a tiebreaker set at the moment.
It's a good cushion to have, 3 points in rally point scoring. And it's up to GB now to try and claw it back, but that won't help.
And the tip into the net, off-paced attack, simply presenting another point to the International All-Stars. And how on earth do the Great Britain All-Stars get themselves out of this trouble? Well, here's a suggestion, a substitution maybe. On comes Thornton, replaces Jess Grimson. And sometimes a change is as good as a rest. We will see, but it's a handy lead for the International All-Stars, and such a lead they can afford to have the odd service error.
Helped by the timeout, just giving the server something to think about. But this is where GB now have to force the issue from that service line. They've got to make their block defence work hard.
And again, another error. But a tricky situation for Ropiak to try and get power on the ball from there. Dan Hunter, don't know if you saw that, just strolling into the gym at the back of the picture. Another Olympian involved in the men's All-Stars game, and also feature on Sky Sports. And a mix-up there, and I think Maria Bertelli will be telling Vicky Palmer what she thinks about that. There's a smile on her face now, but she wasn't too happy to start with.
That is always the libero's ball. always in that situation. I think Shauna Mullin will be a little bit disappointed as well, because that was an excellent dig to keep that ball alive in that rally.
And again, it's an error that produces a point, and it produces a very handy lead. Good flat serve from Ropiak.
So difficult in those situations to judge the flight of the ball, judge where it's going to drop on those flat serves.
Same thing again, but Batelli steps in to take over. Lizzie Reed on the reverse can't kill the ball. And there's some confusion as well on the other side of the net. And that's just what the Great Britain All-Stars wanted, a chance to sort themselves out, another bite at the cherry. Ball killed by Catherine Thornton, newly on to the court. Outside hitter from Swiss Cottage, actually started playing her volleyball in Japan. They have a great tradition for the sport over there.
A fabulous place to go and play volleyball. Japan taking a bronze medal at the 2012 Olympic Games.
Mullin getting the benefit of a net touch. Well, these are unplanned, but they work very well.
And she'll be used to doing plenty of that on the beach, just having to play the ball over, make it difficult for the opposition.
He's had a very good tournament at Horse Guards Parade with Zara Dampney, her beach volleyball partner, but back to the indoor scene in the off-season. And we wondered how Great Britain All-Stars were going to claw these points back. I'm afraid International All-Stars making it easy for them.
Too many unforced errors at the moment, and that just puts more pressure on you as a team. And it's now the International All-Stars only just very slightly ahead, 1 point in it.
14-12 to the team in white. And it should be level now. Free ball. Beddoes goes on the reverse to Reed. Well, the timing wasn't quite there. But again, too many defenders around the ball. No one knew who to play.
You just want somebody to take charge in that situation. Everybody was there. Everyone's looking to someone else, but you've just got to back yourself, play the ball.
Toth just having a word with the coach about the options. And I think he said, go to Phillips, see if she can sort it out. She hasn't. Phillips again, but there's traffic in the way of the American. Couldn't get a clean hit. That's fantastic defence from the libero. Ghisolfi working well, but can't get to that one. This time Lizzie Reed gets the decision.
Well, she's been running that play every time in transition, drawing blockers away from where she's going, from where the ball has been set to, but this time on that 1 foot slide behind, had the line, and she's nailed it.
Big long stare at the lines judge as well, just to say, go on, then call that one out. Middle option, and very well taken, but beautiful defence from the Reds. And again, third time of asking. Great block. Well, it's a point that's gone the way of the International All-Stars, Clayton, but it's rallies like that that can sometimes get you going.
Well, they may have won the point, but it took them 4 attempts to do it. And Team GB All-Stars with some excellent defending. Shauna Mullin on 2 occasions keeping the ball alive. And that was just a little bit of genius from the setter.
Mullin and Beddoes in there. There's some good defence. Bocelli then at the service line. 14 all. Make it 15-14. And it's a bit of a seesaw set, this one.
And that was a very rare passing error from Maria Botelli. Just playing it a little bit too flat, a little bit too quick, ended up too tight to the net.
And again, a little bit of pressure here on the libero. And I suspect, Clayton, it's because they've frozen her out of the game and then suddenly brought the service back to her.
Well, she's not had much to do inside out. She's been organising and watching, and now she's had to play a couple. And, not quite up to game speed with that pass.
International All-Stars, after the technical timeout, once again find they have a decent lead. Oh, that's how they hit the ball. Lizzie Reed through the middle.
A superb hit through the middle, almost a zero tempo ball, but it splits the block, and that one is not coming back.
This set very nicely poised. More from set 4 after the break here on Sky Sports. welcome back. It is very much game on in the Super 8's All-Stars match for the women. Great Britain All-Stars leading 2-1. But in the last couple of sets, they haven't had it all their own way. And Clayton Lucas alongside me, we've definitely got a match now.
Well, it's anyone's for the taking. It's going to come down to a couple of factors. One, who wants it more, and two, who's going to be better disciplined when it comes to their side out and their block defence.
Beddoes goes middle again to Lizzie Smith, but the Wessex combination not working there. Phillips, though, gets the job done. She's been a one-woman scoring machine in the last couple of sets as the American.
Well, she's definitely up for the fight. She wants to take the game to the GB All-Stars. And this is excellent work in transition. Out nice and early, gives herself loads of space and time to come in and really attack the ball.
Well, Mark Kontopoulos and Gary Beckford, the two men behind this Super 8's All-Stars game, must be very, very pleased with this inaugural match. But also, I would imagine Clayton Volleyball England will be delighted. What a showcase for the players involved in our top league.
Well, Volleyball England do a great job of telling people how good volleyball is in the UK, and it's so nice for us to actually be able to see it firsthand. Especially with players here, former pro players, players who are looking to get pro contracts abroad as well, and that sprinkling of Olympians.
Yeah, I think there'll be quite a few in the crowd, and it's an excellent crowd. We'll be seeing the Olympic players again. We've watched them back in London 2012. And what a spectacle that was. Now then, back on level terms in red, Great Britain All-Stars. The International All-Stars on the other side of the net in white, and another good solid block. This time scores a point. 18-17, Great Britain All-Stars back in the lead.
Very good setting from Luca Toth. With Phillips having been put down, she goes straight back to her, and she's re-established her now as a threat in this set.
It's a common error, isn't it, for setters not to go back to a hitter that's just made a mistake, but if you think about it, they'll be keen to sort it out. And what a serve that was. Haven't seen too many ace serves in this game, but Toth is coming to the party right now.
That's an absolute belter. Top spin, jump serve, and almost a bit of float in it as well. It's so difficult to pick up.
Yeah, it was a mix and match serve, but it's worked a treat. And again. Oh, wow, 2 aces in a row. And even if the ball is touched just the once, it counts as an ace.
And she's on a hat-trick now, but again, another tough serve in between the two passes.
It's down that channel of miscommunication. 2-point lead re-established by the International All-Stars. Well, if they can take this set, they'll force a 5th set decider, which will be to just 15 points. But 25 points the target for them at the moment. And Clayton, I guess the danger is they start thinking about that and not about finishing the 4th set.
It's so important just to stay focused on the here and now and not worry about what can happen. It's all about dealing with what's in front of you at the moment.
And a hammer of a hit down the line from Mullin. She's not done yet in this 4th set for Great Britain All-Stars. Substitution, one Greek player off in Vlaciu. Another Greek player in Nikopoulou coming in. Good hustle again from the Reds. Well, they've shown tremendous spirit, particularly in the backcourt.
And it's been part of their game throughout this match, just soaking up what the international team have been throwing at them and then coming back at them with some clever hitting.
Good work from Thornton to get through the block, and here we go. What a nice moment. Mother and daughter. On comes Dobby, as she's known. The former Hungarian women's captain. Back into that setting, playmaking position, replacing her daughter, Luca Toth. Don't think we've seen that on a volleyball court for a long, long time. Now then, will it make a difference? That bit of experience out on court for the International All-Stars. Mullin says touch. Lines judge agrees.
Clever play from Shauna Mullin. She still has the beach characteristics. She jumps up, doesn't really jump forwards, but has all the skills, knows where to put the ball.
Yeah, not only got the touch, got it in court as well. That was a tremendous hit. So on both wings, Mullin has scored. Vicky Palmer back at the service line, 21-20. The lead has changed hands yet again. Oh, terrific hit. Well, it's not just Whitney Phillips that can unload on the ball. Alexandra Vadova, the Slovakian, pummeling this cross-court.
Yeah, nice gap in the block. In fact, it went through the arms of Smith. Field goal for Vadova.
Well, she don't get the 3 points, though. Just a single for 21 all. Oh, it's a hitting fest at the moment. This is an absolute masterclass from wing hitting from both teams. Beautiful from Thornton.
Really well played from Thornton. Held her position in the air, opened up an angle and belted it.
In comes Koleva for Bocelli. So just trying to shore up that position on court, trying to get a bit of height in at the net and stop some lethal hitting at the moment from the Great Britain All-Stars. Oh, brilliant defence from Lizzie Smith. Good continuation play from the Reds. And this time a free ball, but no setter to take it, so Smith called in to make the play. Oh, and Shauna Mullin. Clever stuff from her into the corner.
And she'll find those angles all day long. Playing on the beach gives you that vision, especially as they normally have a little look first to see where the defence is and then go and hit the ball. And it's a characteristic that Shauna Mullin will have kept, even though she's playing indoors.
Well, you've got to hand it to Whitney Phillips. She's played with real heart today. She was the one that nearly defended that ball. But they're putting some pressure on the American now. Unable to attack that one, so another free opportunity. All three attackers available for Great Britain All-Stars. Still can't kill the ball, though. Second shot from Thornton goes line this time. Dobosh with great defence. Another grueling rally. Oh, that is unfortunate. And just as I was heaping praise on Whitney Phillips, she's had a pretty poor rally there.
Well, unfortunately as well, playing that ball so tight to the net, and Dobosh back in the day probably would have got it, but not today.
So 3 match points to the Great Britain All-Stars in the inaugural Super 8's All-Stars match here in East London. Lizzie Smith with the serve. Oh, trying to get the job done in style, but unfortunately Lizzie overcooking that one.
Well, that's what happens when the adrenaline's pumping and the mistakes then can creep in.
The Greek substitution is reversed. Nicopoulou comes off, back in comes Vlaciu. And straight up to the service line, a lot of pressure on here. 2 match points still to Great Britain All-Stars. Can they finish the game off here? Oh, and Lizzie Reed goes for it. And you're right about that adrenaline, Clayton, it's catching.
Well, there's a chance to finish that one in style through the middle. Great pass from Maria Bocelli. And she's thinking, here we go. And Lizzie Reed just not quite getting a hand through the ball properly. Hitting that one at about 9 o'clock instead of right through the middle of it.
So another error from Great Britain All-Stars. Just 1 match point left now. Another good pass from Bocelli. Surely this time. Yes, they get it done. Great Britain All-Stars win the first Super 8's All-Stars match, and what a game that was.
Well, a fabulous advert for volleyball in the UK. Some of the best players on display, and we've witnessed a truly amazing game of volleyball.
Great to see the reaction from the players. They really care about this. Yes, it's the end of the season, but what a way to finish it. A great effort by the International All-Stars to turn this match into a real contest, but testament to the quality on court for GB All-Stars as they managed to win this game in style. GB captain Shauna Mullin received the trophy from Volleyball England's chief executive Lisa Wainwright as the GB All-Stars are crowned champions. Time then to hear from the victorious team. Adam Phillips is with GB coach Danny Primus alongside Shauna.
I think we were all quite shocked that we got on so well. We were communicating and really we're putting so much energy into our game that we kind of thought, stopped thinking about it, so didn't do it in that 3rd set. And I think that's one thing that we pushed the end of the 3rd set, got a couple of points back, and then took that energy into the 4th, so that really helped us.
Anyone that stood out for you, Danny?
Honestly? Well, the captain was okay. It's difficult to say, but I think the team revolves around its foundations, which is the pass, and you've got to look at the libero, and she had an amazing game, and that triggers everything off. So I'd say Maz was probably our most influential part of a bigger piece.
That's it for the first ever Women's Super 8's All-Stars game. What a showcase for UK volleyball. Thanks for your company during today's match. GB lead the series 1-0 as the men prepare to do battle next time on Sky Sports in their All-Stars match. For now though, it's goodbye and thanks for watching.